So you're wanting to pay out for training for somebody in your team, but you're worried that they'll leave and you'll have invested thousands only to find that they go off and use it somewhere else, the competitor down the road, because of course their CV is now worth more. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to protect your business. Hello, my name's Jenefer. I'm the founder of Silk Helix, and we help small businesses with all things employment law, HR, and people management. So if you're going to be investing in training, and investing in training is a great thing, great advocate of training people. It is a great way to motivate people, particularly if they want learning and development, they want that as part of their career. It's a great motivator for them. But of course, it's an investment, and you need to get a return on that investment, which means that once they've completed the training, you need them to carry on working for you for a period of time. Now, clearly we cannot make people work for us. That's not how the market works. So we need to encourage them to work for us or give a consequence for if they decide to move on. So absolutely, the first thing I'll be doing is making sure that you've got a training fee agreement in place. Now, this is something that you must do before the training even starts so that the person can willingly sign this, knowing that that is the decision they are making. Whether or not they accept this training is based upon whether or not they are going to sign this agreement. And therefore, this agreement can't be used for compulsory training. So if you're in a sector where you've got compulsory training or you've got health and safety training, for example, you can't use it for that. But if we're using it for personal development, career development training, absolutely perfect, because what we can say is, look, we'll give you this training, we'll pay for it for you, but you need to sign this agreement. And what that agreement does is it says, this is the training we're providing, this is the cost of that training, and that has to be costs actually paid out by the employer. So to a training provider, for example, or costs for books or equipment. It cannot be covering things like in-house training, wages for in-house training. It has to be costs experienced by the employer. So you'll be very clearly saying, this is a training, these are the costs. And if you leave within this period of time, you will be required to pay back those costs. And that usually is going to be while the training is ongoing, if it's a long-term course, and for a period afterwards. You'd also usually expect that to be a sliding scale, because the longer they stay, the more benefit you've gained from that training as an employer. So you can only reclaim what's reasonable to reclaim as an employer. So you need that sliding scale, usually up to 2 years after the training, but it does depend on what the training actually is. You would have a sliding scale. So if they do 2 years of employment after the training is completed, then they're no longer going to be paying anything back to you. Now, clearly, you may want them staying longer than 2 years, and you don't necessarily want them staying with you under duress. There's also the possibility that the new company will pay for the amount they've got to repay for you as a way of enticing them over. So whilst the training fee agreement protects you financially, it doesn't guarantee that the person is going to stay working for you. So alongside that, you need to make sure that your culture is one that somebody wants to stay in, and indeed this person wants to stay in. Making sure that you understand that individual, you understand what motivates them, so that you can make sure that they're getting that as part of their reward for having done the training and the benefits to the business. Making sure that you've got recognition, particularly if they're developing new skills and they're now producing more work or different work or some other benefit to the business. Make sure that they've got the recognition for that, as well as having the training paid for. Their additional skill set should be recognised. They should be valued. This should be a culture that the person wants to be working in. So they may want further learning and development from this. They may want flexibility. They may want an environment where there's clear expectations, clear boundaries. Whatever it is they're looking for, understand them, talk to them, make sure you've got your one-to-one meetings so that you've got that with them, so that you're able to have that culture, and making sure that you've got a culture where people do want to come to work. It's a happy, healthy, productive environment. So that's really your keys to investing in training. Now, crucially, of course, if you don't invest in training and people stay with you, then you're stuck with people who don't have skills that you need that will benefit your business. So training is a valid opportunity. It's a valid investment for you. It's not really something that you want to be avoiding, but at the same time, you want to make sure that that investment does have a return, and that you're going to get that both by protecting your financial investments through the training fee agreement, but you'll also have got a culture that people want to work in, so you retain people, and you're going to get that best by listening to the team that you've got and listening to the people that you want to retain. Twice a week, I'm producing videos that help you manage your teams better, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a single one. In the meantime, if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them. They might even contribute to a future video.